Looking through the top stories this hour, and Michael Jackson's accuser has admitted he told a teacher that he wasn't molested by the pop star. Gavin Arvizo was being cross-examined by Jackson's defence team.
Sinn Fein has told the family of Robert McCartney to stay out of party politics. The warning comes as Mr McCartney's sisters prepare to travel to the United States for meetings with President Bush and Hillary Clinton.
Detectives are thought to be closing in on the killer of schoolgirl Millie Dowler after a major breakthrough in the investigation. The crucial development centres around a red NREG Daewoo car which was seen just yards from where Millie was last spotted in Walton-on-Thames.
Well, let's take a look now at the morning newspapers. We'll start with The Guardian, which is leading with a possible huge compensation claim for NHS workers over equal pay for women, and it may go back for many years.
A defiant Gerry Adams has brushed off snubs by senior American politicians, according to The Telegraph. Many Republican supporters have called for Sinn Féin to show more commitment to the peace process, it says.
The Mail says the Catholic Church is withdrawing its traditional support for Labour and backing Michael Howard's tougher stance on abortion.
That's the Times front page as well. An alien threat to native ladybirds also features.
There's more good news for Mr Howard in The Independent. A new poll suggesting the gap between Labour and the Conservatives is finally closing. A racehorse training for Cheltenham Festival is shown in their striking photograph.
A horrific killing in North London is covered by The Express. A 67-year-old man was attacked with an axe in broad daylight.
The Mirror says the victim was beheaded. It reports that the attacker then waited patiently for police to arrive.
The brutal assault was a revenge attack, according to The Sun, and it also reports that a man has been arrested.
FT reporting on the latest high-profile resignation forced by a new, tougher regulatory system in American business circles.
Well, joining us now to review those first editions is Sharon Hendry from The Sun. Good to see you, Sharon.
Hello.
Hello.
And starting off with The Telegraph.
Yes. This is the story that Gerry Adams has come out and said that basically after he was snubbed by the White House, he said, oh, well, Clinton ran a better gig. And I just think it's very interesting. I've been following this story avidly. I think these 5 women, the McCartney sisters, are absolutely brilliant. And every time I think of this story, I just see that image of the 5 of them together, standing strong, doing what women do best, working together as a team to achieve results. And they certainly are. And they seem like they've got these 2 men, both Adams and McGuinness, now behaving very childishly.
But what do you make of this warning from Martin McGuinness that they shouldn't cross the line into party politics? Because if it is true, if they do stand against Sinn Féin members, what actually would they have to offer in terms of a political basis?
Well, as I say, I've been following their story in great detail, and I think they're all absolutely brilliant. And I say, give it a go. And I think the language that McGuinness has used is very interesting. He said, back off. And that really smacks of a man who's scared, actually, of what they may go on to achieve. I mean, they're effectively women that have gone from a very deprived area to the heart of the White House, and who knows what they could do after that.
Now, what's happened to poor old Sandra Howard's beloved panda that we all know about?
I know. Well, anyone that's got a beloved car, and I have one actually myself, will really feel sympathy for poor old Sandra, because she's got this old Fiat Panda and it clocked up 70,000 miles. And she loves it to bits, and it's been vandalised in a car park in a train station near Folkestone. And I just think, well, no wonder Michael Howard is so tough on crime, because he's got the unluckiest family in politics. I think his daughter was mugged a while back, and now his wife's car's been wrecked.
Oh, let's be fair, someone's done her a favour, haven't they?
Oh, I think it's great, but I want to know the name she had for it. It doesn't say. I bet she had a name for it.
Oh, I bet they can afford a better car than that, I'm sure. Now, to serious stuff in the Times.
Absolutely.
And this coverage of the axe murder which we saw in the Swiss Cottage area, what's it having to say?
Well, it's just sort of telling the story straight, but what's interesting about the Times story is the use of that picture. It's very spooky, it's very stark. I saw that picture quite early on today, and it just filled me with terror. Interestingly, you can see that it's the man, the victim, lying there with, we believe his head chopped off, and interestingly we have pixelated the area in which his head was removed, but the Times have run it straight, yeah, scary and interesting about the revenge aspect to the story.
That's what the Sun are reporting, isn't it?
That's
Your own
right.
paper, yeah.
And you know, we've said that the attacker was reported to have said, "You've had this coming for 20 years." And interestingly, he said that he's only 37 years old, so presumably the grudge goes back to when he was just 17. Which all adds to the mystery of a very horrific day in Belsize Park.
Do you think running this sort of picture desensitises the whole issue a bit? Because although it doesn't show anything gruesome in one sense, it is incredibly graphic. You know, a limp, dead body lying there on the street says it all.
Yeah, I must admit, the more I looked at it today, the more I sort of got used to the image. It'll be interesting to see what the Times readers make of that.
I certainly will.
Now then, what about the Catholic Church changing its mind again?
Yeah, that's right. Well, this is all. This stems from the abortion issue, doesn't it? And this actually came from an interview which Sam Baker, the editor of Cosmopolitan magazine, carried out with all the party leaders. And she asked each one of them their view on abortion. And she said she was quite surprised that they all answered her so honestly and directly. And we now know that Blair said 24 weeks, leave it at that, but I've got reservations, whereas Michael Howard was much more frank and said, no, actually, I think 20 weeks. So now you've got the Catholic Church saying, well, excuse me, but can all of our followers side with him because we prefer that option? My belief is that the 24-week limit actually works very well, and I'd be interested to know what the Catholic Church make of teen pregnancies, for instance.
Moving on then to your own paper, The Sun, and the real state of the NHS. What are you guys saying this morning, or tomorrow morning?
Well, I'm going to be so bold as to highlight my own story tomorrow, and it's not very often I write health stories, but this story was given to me by a contact of mine, and his relative had been in Kingston Hospital undergoing treatment for cancer, and she was very alarmed when two women were removed from her ward because of overcrowding and given beds in an office. And our picture shows that there are actually beds in an office which, even more alarmingly, was still being used as an office while they were being treated there. One lady who was being monitored for high blood pressure. Other patients included people coming out of car accidents, suffering very bad whiplash. And I think the implications of this are massive. You know, this is just one room in one hospital. What else is going on out there?
Well, you say in your headline there that, you know, 400 billion, 398 billion spent since 97. Where do you guys think the money's been going?
Oh, well, I mean, you know, this is the thing. I mean, management in the NHS really, I think, needs looking at, because there are lots of people scribbling away on pieces of papers, desperate to meet targets. But where's the room for beds?
Talking about swapping allegiance, we did in the last story, what about the Sun? Where's the Sun's allegiance going to lie in the upcoming election campaign?
Oh, I couldn't possibly say. Watch this space.
Oh, well, we certainly will. To the Mirror then next.
The Mirror.
Page one of the Mirror, isn't it? The duty-free limits. What's going to happen with the duty-free limits?
Well, this is interesting. This is Gordon Brown coming out saying that he's going to raise the duty-free limits from £145 to £1,000, which is a great vote winner, because we've all been out to America and we've, you know, taken advantage of the strong pound and bought clothes and electrical goods and all the rest of it, and then we think, but are we going to get stopped at customs? So that's a great little vote winner there, and I think people will be pleased.
Yeah.
Many women all over the country very grateful when James Dyson brought out the bagless cleaner. Of course, you could see the muck you were picking up. It was so much more satisfying. But now, even more intriguingly, vacuuming around the house using a ball. Yeah,
that's right. So new vacuum cleaner from James Dyson, called the Ball, costs £300. Apparently it can zigzag around corners, and it has gears. So I think the best thing about this invention is apparently already the Dyson Hoover has meant that men are 45% more likely to do the vacuum cleaning now. And clearly if something's got gears, then they're all going to be doing it. So great, good on James.
Sharon Henry, thanks very much indeed.
Stay with us here on Sky News. Coming up next, of course, police are about to announce a major breakthrough in the Millie Dowler case. We'll have the very latest.
If you need need a better deal on car insurance, you need someone with the muscle to negotiate for you. Someone who could save you as much as 30%. If you need car insurance, you need the AA team. Call them now for a quote or go online.
Feel the sensations of a spa massage when you shower. Palmolive Thermal Spa Shower Gel with white clay and thermal minerals helps gently exfoliate and massage your skin. Palmolive Thermal Spa, the sensations of a spa massage.
Sophia, hi! No, I can't come. Maybe you come here, huh?
It looks like a rain. And maybe I stay in.
You see, nothing gets in the way of Dormio Day.
When's your dormio day? You couldn't come here for a dirty weekend.
No, far too clean.
Premier Travel Inn.
When a mouth ulcer pops up, Bongella's triple action helps kill germs, reduces swelling